3 Taylor Swift concerts have been canceled in Austria after authorities arrested 2 people suspected of plotting attacks at the sold-out venue in Vienna. Tricia Kindleman has been tracking this breaking story for us. So, Tricia, what more can you tell us about this suspected terror plot here?
Yeah, well, authorities are saying that it seems like it was quite a serious situation, quite an extensive plot that they may have unearthed here. And so we know that there were 2 individuals arrested earlier today. One 19-year-old male who was arrested just south of Vienna, and the second was caught in the Austrian capital of Vienna there. So now we do have a statement from the organizers when they made this announcement on social media, saying that with confirmation from government officials of a planned terrorist attack at the stadium, we have no choice but to cancel the 3 scheduled shows for everyone's safety. They went on to add that all of the tickets would be automatically refunded. We saw the confirmation on her website as well. Those canceled dates showed up on there with that note that those ticket refunds would be coming. Now, just to give you a sense of what sort of draw this concert has been, there was a show a few weeks ago now, back on July 27th, that was held at Olympic Park in Germany. And now we know that there were 75,000 people outside of that venue, Jacqueline. So these concerts are not only drawing concert goers, they tend to be a large draw for people who set up outside of the stadiums, many of them open air soccer stadium style, where they're able to at least hear the concert when they can't see it. So that leading to immense concerns with just what a draw this has been. She was scheduled to go on to some shows at Wembley Stadium next week, 6 shows scheduled there. So at this point, there's been no indication that there'll be anything happening with those shows. But right now, the news really just coming out, and reaction from fans has been swift as well, as they have taken to social media, posting their disappointment. We talked about a number of Canadian fans who were looking at those European shows just due to the savings that they could get by attending the shows over there. So this hitting a lot of people really hard. People were trying really hard for those tickets. A lot of fans been lifelong followers of her, or adult lifelong followers of her, some of us. So devastating news for many. Of course, I can imagine that this news has rocked Taylor Swift and her camp as well. We haven't seen anything posted from them yet or herself on social media. Just they have shared the concert promoters post as well, just confirming the cancellation of those shows.
We're going to speak to one of those Canadian fans who got tickets to one of these shows in just a minute here, Tricia. But I mean, you talk about the huge draw of people. Yeah, we've also heard about the economic boost that this has for every city that she comes to. It really is quite the effect that she has. What sort of reaction have you been hearing from Austrian officials so far?
That's right. So we did hear from the Austrian chancellor so far. And, you know, he's just underlining what a disappointment this is for fans and for, again, Austria. You know, they were very excited to welcome Taylor Swift, to welcome the fans to the arena. But they say the situation surrounding the apparently planned terrorist attack in Vienna was very serious. Thanks to the intensive cooperation of our police and the newly established DSN with foreign services, the threat was recognized early and combated, and a tragedy prevented. So really strong language in that post, you know, calling it a tragedy prevented. So I think we'll come to learn more, I'm expecting, in the coming days as to what they may have actually found. Reports are indicating that police and authorities were at the homes of these 2 individuals that were arrested. So I expect we'll still continue to learn much more about this in the coming days, Jacqueline.
Okay, but as they're saying, it's good that everyone in this situation is safe right now. Tricia, thank you so much. That's CBC's Tricia Kindleman. For more, we've reached a Canadian who has tickets to one of those canceled Taylor Swift shows. Ariella Kimmel joins us now from Vienna, Austria. Thanks so much for taking time to speak with us, Ariella.
Thank you, Jacqueline, for having me on.
So you flew all the way to Vienna for this Taylor Swift concert. You find out that it's canceled. How did you find out?
Some friends and I were actually just out at the Weingartens tonight and started to see the tweets about the arrest. And then everything started to kind of like come in about the cancellations. And then I think it took about an hour when we got the official email from the venue telling us it was canceled.
What went through your mind when you learned that it was due to a potential terror attack?
I was really sad. I just, Taylor Swift is an escape for me. I love her because coming to her concerts is being in a space with people who, it doesn't matter where you're from, what you believe, you know, who you are, anything. You're all in this one place and you're singing the songs together, and you know, I'm laughing, like my dress is like hanging behind me that I would have been wearing, and we all show up in our costumes and we wear our friendship bracelets, and we just are in this atmosphere of like of pure joy, and it felt like that was really smashed in like in a quick second.
Was this something that you had ever thought of before when you were, I mean, maybe going to a previous Taylor Swift concert or any sort of a concert? Had this been, you know, a concern, or is this the first time that you've had to face this sort of idea head on here?
So I won't lie. This is my 4th show on this tour, and every time I go to any kind of big venue, I do have this thought. I lived in Israel during the Second Intifada. I'm not immune to the idea of, you know, to terrorism and the threat of with it being in a crowd. And I've been doing for the last 10 months a lot of work with the families of the hostages, including those who were kidnapped from Nova, and working with the victims of the Nova Festival. So for me, my understanding of the threat of terrorism has been very real for a very long time. And tonight it's just hitting me in a very different personal way. That I have to say, I'm lucky the way it worked out. Everyone's, you know, the news is saying the threat was a chemical threat, and thankfully the police caught it ahead of time and nothing bad happened. But you know, this isn't something that has never been, you know, behind my mind. That something I didn't think could happen.
Wow, yeah, something that you've been thinking about quite a bit, really, in another circumstance there with the Nova Music Festival in Israel. Tell us about what you and your friends are going to do now.
We're going to wake up tomorrow and I think try and figure it out. We did have a really full, like we've been here since yesterday morning. My grandmother is actually from Austria. She came to Canada following World War II as a, you know, she met my grandfather, but she was she went to the UK as a refugee from the Holocaust. So this place is actually a big connection to me. And so yesterday we spent the whole day kind of walking the path of you know, places that were important to me and well connected to my family. Included, I went into her apartment building and went into the backyard that she grew up in. So I think we haven't really decided what we're going to do tomorrow. But we're going to, I guess, be grateful that we're in a beautiful city and we're safe and find ways to enjoy it.
And hopefully maybe find a special reason to put that beautiful dress on behind you again as well, Ariella, because it looks glittery. It looks perfect for a Taylor Swift concert.
I was so excited to finally be in my bejeweled era. You know, I said this is my 4th one, and every one we've kind of done. My friend who I've been traveling with, we have a tradition where we pick our era, we dress together. We also get a matching tattoo, which we did today. But I'm kind of
a real tattoo.
You know, yeah, real tattoos.
What did you get?
Today we got arrows because we're the archers. So yeah,
wow,
we're real. Which now my parents are finding out. So we're real. We're real fans, but I was really excited to get to be bejeweled, and you know, I had the hair glitter and the makeup and everything, and you know, I know yesterday we went and picked up some stuff at the venue and saw all the young people who were there, and everyone was going through this, right? Everyone was so excited, and like I said, the Taylor Swift concerts aren't just concerts; they are like this amazing unifying experience where, like, you know, 80,000 people are singing along to a song together. And I really feel for the people who aren't going to get to experience that at all.
Well, we are very glad that you and they are safe. And I can imagine when Taylor Swift puts out a statement of some sort, she's going to be expressing a similar feeling as well, because her fans, such as yourself, mean a lot to her. Ariella, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's Ariella Kimmel, a Taylor Swift fan, joining us from Vienna, Austria.